the hell's going on with Arch Manning? I know it's not his fault that the media made him a Heisman contender back in July. I know it's not his fault that his last name is Manning and there are massive unrealistic expectations that come with that name. But the reality is his last name is Manning, and there are expectations when you're a Manning. The problem with Arch Manning, not only is he not meeting expectations, he's awful. I don't know if it's the insurmountable pressure, the pressure of being a Manning, the pressure of being the starting quarterback at Texas where it's national championship or bust every season. I don't know if he just can't get out of his own head. What I do know is, what I've seen through 5 or so weeks, this ain't gonna cut it. It's one thing to lose on the road to Ohio State. Arch Manning was disastrous in that game, but no big deal, right? Opening week of the season, you're playing the defending national champs on the road. No one's going to hold that performance against you. But looking like a turd against UTEP, looking like a polished turd against Florida, when you're the quarterback at Texas and your last name is Manning, that is indefensible. Make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Link to the main channels in the description below. You know, part of me feels bad for Arch Manning. Oftentimes, it is damn near impossible for a son, or in this case, a nephew. It's damn near impossible for them to match the greatness of their father or their legendary uncles. I mean, how do you match the greatness of Peyton Manning? But KC, Peyton matched the greatness of his father, Archie Manning. He didn't match it. He far exceeded it, which wasn't hard to do because Archie Manning spent most of his career in New Orleans playing for one of the worst organizations in sports at the time. Hell, all Peyton Manning had to do was win a few games and he was going to surpass his father. But with Arch Manning, he's got 2 uncles with multiple Super Bowl rings. And one of those uncles is one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play in the league. While the expectations of Arch Manning are unfair, it doesn't make them any less real. And this kid is without a doubt failing to meet those expectations. If you look at his stat line yesterday, you would think that Arch Manning had a somewhat decent game. 263 yards, 2 touchdowns, completed 55% of his passes, which is substandard. He also threw 2 interceptions, both of which pretty much ended the game. Early in the fourth quarter, Texas is trying to make a comeback. They had spent the previous 3 quarters pretty much getting their ass kicked, mainly because Arch Manning could not complete a pass. Now, as you can see here, they're around midfield. Arch Manning has all day to throw. There is no pressure. He's got a man open. I wouldn't say he's wide open, but for a Division I quarterback with aspirations to play in the NFL, this would be considered wide open at the NFL level. Unfortunately, his receiver did not have the benefit of a ladder. Arch Manning throws the ball so high, Yao Ming couldn't catch it. Easy interception for Florida, game essentially over. If you don't follow college football, you might think losing to Florida in Gainesville is understandable, but these are not the Urban Meyer Florida Gators. These are not the Steve Spurrier Gators. Billy Napier is on the verge of being fired. Florida is a flaming ass fire. They're one of the worst teams in the SEC. Hell, Vanderbilt is significantly better than Florida. That's inexcusable. And it's inexcusable for Arch Manning to not only lose to Florida, it's how they lost to Florida. Texas got their ass kicked. Following drive, Arch Manning underthrew a deep pass to his receiver, resulting in another interception. Back-to-back interceptions when you're trying to get back into the game. Once again, when the pressure is on, Arch Manning folds. Obviously, season is over for Texas. They're not making the playoffs. But that does not mean the season is over for Arch Manning. He is playing for his career the rest of the season. He's damn sure playing for his career at Texas, because if he doesn't get his shit together, Arch Manning ain't going to be playing at Texas next season. I like Arch Manning. I want to see him succeed. The way he played a couple of weeks ago against some dude named Sam Houston, that's the way he's got to play next week against Oklahoma. Physically, I think Arch Manning has what it takes, but that's only half the battle. People sometimes overlook how strong you have got to be mentally to compete at a high level in major college football. Obviously, same at the NFL level. Jamarcus Russell was incredibly gifted physically, but he didn't have it mentally. I hope that is not the case with Arch Manning. I hope he can overcome whatever seems to be holding him back. And I hope he can do it quickly, because he is about to go through the gauntlet. Oklahoma, Vanderbilt, Georgia, Texas A&M. You cannot go winless in those 4 games. And the way Arch Manning is playing, he could have a hard time and struggle against Kentucky or Arkansas. Sound off in the comments below. I'll see you guys tomorrow.